Alright, kids. No trolls allowed. Just throwing that out there. Hold on, let me get up to speed here. Hi. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hold on. Wow, this was wow. Hold on, I'm trying to find my own chat. Wow. All right. What in the heck? Hold on. How come I haven't even, like, I'm trying to find my account on my computer and it's telling me that it's not here. Hold on, please. That's the strangest thing. Okay, sign out. Hold on. Okay, hold on. There we go. That was weird. So apparently, no, I was trying to find it under my Johnny50 account. No trolls allowed. Just throwing that out there. We're going to try to do manage moderators. Who knows how to set the chat for a slow chat, for the slow scroll? All right, anyway. Bubonic plague. That's quite a screen name. Gary from the UK, cheers. 2112. Top hat, how does the G-string fit? I overnighted it to him. I'm not sure who Nutsack is exactly, but it's nobody that's welcome here. So no trolls. Vegas Pitbull. Hello from Ohio. What happened when you called Clay Lacey? Lou Block. Vegas Pitbull, you love the email I sent, the dick pic that I sent? Our secret. Nisian, Alaska, Canada. Glenn Akers, I had a chat with Nutsack today. Bloodhound News, what's up? Who, would you care to confirm the identity of Nutsack? Ohio Guardian is out of the game, and he's got personal stuff going on in his own life, and he is unable to continue being an auditor. But I chatted with him today. He's doing well. So my phone case has flowers because that's Mrs. 50's phone, in case you didn't figure that out, that my phone is actually recording. That's my phone, it's not a webcam. Young Twerks. The detention center didn't scare us away. We stopped going because we got the cameras back. So Mick or Mac from Ireland. Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner, motherfuckers. The story of Ohio Guardian will be public information in a few months. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's good. It's worth waiting for. You heard it here first. Luck Foyers, what's up? Do you want a massage from Thailand? It says Essex Garage Conversions. Sure, are you sending me to Thailand or are you sending Thailand to me? No lady boys, please.
Very good, honey.
I will be checking.
I'm so glad you like that.
Central Guardian, thanks for the support. Here's the deal with the phone calls in a nutshell. And again, I've caught flack from the phone calls, which I don't care. Tell somebody that gives a shit. There's plenty of people that would like to be part. Okay, YouTube crash. It's the end of the world.
No, honey, that's not for you.
I got two dogs. The big dog is Sirius Black, and the small one is Poppy. Sirius Black, you want to come and say hi? He's 110 pound. I don't know how many stone that is for all you in the UK. Come here. Come here. He's a little camera shy. He's in the doggy protection program, so he doesn't really want to be ID'd. Nor does he carry ID, which is illegal. So here's the deal with the phone calls. There's plenty of people that want to be part of this community and consider themselves part of this community that can't necessarily get out and hit the pavement and go out and do audits and risk their neck the way that some of us do, and that's okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, and there's other ways to support. Making phone calls, certainly one of them, sending emails. I mean, look at Fluke Dog, for fuck's sake. I mean, he called from across the pond. Like I said, massive shout out to him. Go and subscribe to his channel, Fluke Dog. I'm merely giving people a framework of some of the things that you can say when you do call the police department as to who to speak with, what things to say. Obviously, I'm throwing in a lot of zingers and some digs and some comedy along the way, but the general message is obviously still there. of, you know, there was some misconduct that took place, and you guys, we're holding you guys accountable. We're going to hold your feet to the fire, and that's, you know, you're not getting away with this, and you're going to have to hire 500 more people from Craigslist to man the phones. All right. Yeah, the app crashed, so that's why. Chizu Blue Block, how much do people usually pledge to you? Usually firstborn male child will suffice. If other than that, it's usually minimum 6 figures, but you know, whatever you can afford. No, it's not a chocolate lab. It is a black lab Great Dane mix, which is called a Labradane. Richie from Canada. What province are you from, Richie? News Now My Couch. Who just said that? That's fucking amazing. Ian Virek. Time to stand. What's up? Essex Garage Conversions. Well, here's who else needs to be an international superstar. Here she comes. She's responding to emails. Ding. 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 It is a Boston Terrier Pit Bull, otherwise known as a Boston Bully. She's about 3.5 years old. Everyone thinks she's a puppy. And and they are terrorists. And they haven't been to the PARK today, and they will tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow. I had a busy day today. That is the police chopper overhead now. And an airplane taking off for Burbank Airport, so. How did I get such a quick wit? Have you always had it? Apparently, yes. Chizzy Blue Lock, what's her name? Her name is Poppy. And the big one's name is Sirius Black. I get all the tail. Okay, Dragonfire went MIA in Arizona. Central Guardian, what's the hardest part about auditing that people don't realize? That's a really good question. The hardest part about auditing that people don't realize is how much we're risking and how much you're missing the energy of what's taking place. I did an audit with Nathaniel at the Van Nuys Courthouse that he published a couple of days ago that I caught a lot of flack over for being too aggressive on, which, like, I care. And here's the deal: they wanted to bring us in front of the judge, and if you guys remember, High Desert Community Watch and Foxy got fucking arrested at the Torrance courthouse for exactly that, even though just pointing cameras at the courthouse. And so he came out with those judge's orders and was trying to give them to us. And then he had done a 180 and was like, oh no, you guys are in the right. But I was still like in the mindset of like, fuck you, get out of here. And I caught a lot of shit. So you know what? If you weren't there, you weren't there. When I caught some flack for all of the protests down at Metropolitan Detention Center around Thanksgiving time. If you weren't there, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you weren't there to see Silent Citizen walk out of that fucking prison pepper sprayed and crying and snot fucking and California Guardian blinded by pepper spray, and to see him just absolutely defeated that they stole his cameras, you that doesn't translate onto digital and onto YouTube and over the interweb, and it doesn't translate unless you were fucking there. And that's one of the biggest things that people don't really realize, you know. Unless you were there, you weren't there. So it's real easy to play armchair quarterback, Monday morning quarterback, and you know, call all the shots and that kind of shit. But you know, so all right. Hold on, I'm trying to catch up. Any tips for those that are aspiring? I would go out and find, just learn the basics of the law. Am I being detained? Am I free to leave? Are you, you know, if you, I don't know what state that you live in, if you've got law, you know, about ID. Texas has, you know, 3802. California's got PC 148 subsection G, and we also have case law of Fordyce versus the City of Seattle, which is I think the 9th district, which is pretty much says that photography is not a crime. But just learn the law of like what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do. One of the things too is when cops roll up to me and I just keep walking and tell them no thanks, and this is a consensual encounter and I'm revoking my consent. A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to stop for the police when they come up to you. If they pull a gun on you and they fucking grab you, that's a different story. But if they're just coming up to make contact with you, you don't need to speak to them. You don't need to say anything to them. You can if you want to. Bubonic plague. The cops used a stingray on his live stream. Young twerks in Burbank to falsely incarcerated by the police there. The arresting detective ended up committing suicide, which I think was Detective Gunn, coincidentally enough, who went up into the hills and swallowed a 9mm. Is that the detective that you're speaking of? Young twerks? I don't know if anybody's done the Downey Police Department. Downey, California, I'm guessing. Yes? Top Hat? Type it into Google and see if it's been done. California Guardian, that guy's a beast. He's all, like, if he hasn't done it, it hasn't been done. P&P did an interview with the grandma of a Christian. Can you mirror that, please? Yeah, I don't know what video that you're speaking of. I'm unfamiliar with the video in question. My right to film, hardest part. Good question and answer. Was that a question? Have I ever caught a cop stalking me on social media? No, but I had a Facebook account deleted. My Johnny50 Facebook account. Watsonville, California. Again, type all of these into YouTube to see if somebody's been there or not. There hasn't been as many auditors up in the Bay Area, but you never know. Don Larson, have you seen an auditor named Super Rick 568 on YouTube? I have not. Should you start auditing if you don't have a lot of bail money? Absolutely. Most of the, even when you get clanked up, you get put in the back of the squad car. You get released because they call the DA, and the DA is like, "What the fuck is your problem? Let him loose." Stingray countermeasures. I'm not that familiar. Robert Adams was asking Stingray countermeasures. I would definitely get on Signal or WhatsApp or any of the other encrypted devices. At least make it difficult for them. Rick, support from Canada. Artari, aloha. Central Guardian, how do you identify the places to start auditing at? Generally, where the police cars go in and out. That's a pretty good start. Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Love your stuff, Gangster 509. I've spent some time in London. Windsor's just right over the bridge from Detroit. Is that correct? And I've spent a shit ton of time in Toronto too. So it's a great city. I love Toronto. No, there's people Blue Block. There's people in Chicago that are filming as well, and just to clarify to everybody that when I call the police departments too on those phone calls, the reason that I can publish them is that this is not a private person-to-person conversation. This is a person-to-public official on the public official watch. Currently on the clock, so it's not a private phone call. Plus they're recording me, and yeah, here you guys get to see this here. I can audit your neighbor's wife. It's going to cost you. Hold on. Come on. Hold on. All right. Yeah, at least encrypt the signal so that they can't necessarily see or hear what's going on. So. Thank you, Matt Brown. Yeah, we got her from the pound. We think she was bred for bait dogs. We got her about a year ago. She was 2.5 at the time, so she's had a bunch of litters. And concerned citizens, where is the Constitution? Let's focus on rookie auditor mistakes. I have an idea. Why don't we let the rookie auditors worry about the rookie auditor mistakes? There's a real fine line between telling somebody, I don't tell anybody what to do. And I was on the live chat last night. Like it's none of my business. There's no handbook on auditing. You know, Patrick's got his wallet on him and he'd IDs, or they pulled it out and they got his ID. Patrick gets to do whatever fucking Patrick wants. That's the nature of this thing, that there is no one way to do it. This is not one person's movement. And it's just whatever. Hold on. Listen, everybody's going to make mistakes. I made plenty of mistakes. I still make plenty of mistakes. Are there any Canadian auditors out there? I don't know. I think I've seen a guy in Toronto where he was approached outside of a Home Depot by the OPP. Hold on. And I bet you should be impressed that this California boy knows what OPP is. So if you Google that, what's the most bizarre thing that's ever happened to you while doing audits? I don't know, getting urine sprayed on you out of a Coca-Cola can, for starters. Last known beer. I'm down with OPP. Last known beer is a funny motherfucker, man. I don't know if that's your real picture or not, but it's a funny picture. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't even think it was an audit necessarily, but I think the guy flipped the bird to like an OPP officer. It was in a Home Depot parking lot. It's got like 600,000 or 700,000 views to it. So, but I don't know if he's necessarily a First Amendment auditor or I don't know what. Yeah, I agree. People that don't audit should be mild in their criticism. It's until you're out there and until you're sitting there with a guy with his hand on his fucking gun that could end your life in 0.4 seconds. The dynamic is different from when you're watching an edited, like nice, shiny version or even a live version. It's a whole different energy. Yes, it is a sweet pad. Thank you very much. There's a gal who does audits in Chicago, Pink Magic. Pink Magic Camera. I don't know. She changed her name a couple of, and she's cool. She's a cool chick. So, Artari, thank you very much. Vancouver, BC. I spent some time in Vancouver, BC. Beautiful, beautiful city. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the big mass audits just because it's hard to get into Word edgewise because everybody's like a type A personality that, you know, as I like to say, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And apologies in advance to our indigenous friends watching. Nasty Nathaniel is in the house. Yeah, where's Parker Osmond? Yeah, Blue Block. I've reached out to the Dragonfire guy. Never heard. I sent him a private message. Never heard back from him, which is fine. People are busy and. Yeah, I don't let anybody off the hook easily, so. Ian, mass audits. The one thing about mass audits, which is really interesting, if you guys saw the one that we did after Poetic's trial in November, there was about 7 or 8 of us that went down to the harbor down in Long Beach, and there were about 7 different stories of the same event, and there were 7 different unique perspectives, and it was actually really cool because it was the same exact incidents, but it was told by 7 different perspectives, and it was like 7 unique videos as a result. It was very, very cool. Dragonfire has been MIA since Monday. I don't know if anybody knows. that guy personally and has reached out. So, Ladybird from Israel, thanks for your support. Police docks Dragonfire and the cops' wife is harassing him. Nobody like from True TV has gotten in touch with us. We're not that mainstream yet. Yeah, that was the mass audit down at the train station where they trespassed News Now Houston was pretty good, so. Which states are stopping ID and what does that mean? You can Google it and there it'll tell you what states are stopping ID, and they still need reasonable articulable suspicion. They can't just walk up to you and ask you for ID. They still need reasonable articulable suspicion that you've committed a crime or about to commit a crime. So WTF, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot 198. First person to make Johnny laugh gets a BJ from my wife. Pix or GTFO, bro? So. I don't know what happened to the Lyon County audit with that guy. I know he was on the news. What's up, Prescription Queen? Time to stand. Have a good night, man. Hey, Nathaniel, did you talk to Ohio Guardian today? I'm not sure if I'm going to Poetics next court date or not. I was shooting. I had a headshot shoot. I couldn't make it. Oh, good. Okay, then he filled you in on what took place, which is huge, huge news. Yes, Nasty Nathaniel is a handsome man. If you say it one more time, you have to send a dick pic. Just throwing that out there. That's sort of the rules of the chat that was on page 47 of the agreement on YouTube that I put in. I had the Hemming law firm put in a stipulation, so it's buried in there, but you guys agreed to it, so what's up, King 9? Chizu Blue Block, you're in Chicago, correct? How do you get in touch with other auditors? Go and find auditors that you like and go tell them to send them your email address, and don't go create a separate email address for auditing, so you're not sending out your real email address. Also, what's really good too is get yourself a Google Voice number. That way you can give out people and talk to people on the phone and not give out your real phone number, because you have to be kind of an idiot to do that. So, but not that there's anything wrong with it, but Michael Rosendahl, Johnny, holla at me, holla holla. Blue Block, ask them for their email. Go on there and ask them for their email. Go and leave them a comment. Young Twerks, yeah, I'm probably going to be up the Bay Area sometime. I do not partake in marijuana because you will have to call the SWAT team on me, but maybe Mrs. 50, she partakes. Yeah, Krista Hemming is the lawyer. Felipe's not actually a lawyer, and he'll tell you that, so you'd never know it by talking to him. Some people were guessing your occupation as a chef. Am I right? No, I'm actually a photographer. Yeah, a burner phone doesn't hurt either, but the Google Voice is nice because it can still keep your phone. When did you lose your hair? I was born bald and just stayed bald. Thanks for bringing that up, bro. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thanks, man. I got my ass kicked. Nikon. What's the furthest I've traveled to audit? Anaheim for the train station. I'm thinking about going to Dallas. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that I should get on an airplane and go to Dallas and go kick in some doors at Southeast and South Central Division with my new best friend, James Freeman? I don't think I can keep up with News Now Patrick and who's the other guy? Nomad. Those guys are young. Oh, and just so everybody knows, when I gave James a shout out, I introduced him as a sovereign citizen, which the FBI considers terrorist groups. I mean, I'm sure they're going to put auditors on that list too, but he's not. He's more of a libertarian, and so that was my error and my fuck up, and so I am retracting that statement officially. The problem with libertarians, it's if you're familiar with the Libertarian Party, everybody's on their own. They make horrible lifeguards at the swimming pool. Everybody just drowns. Michael, if you'll fly me to Copenhagen and give me a place to stay, I'm down. Yes, and Vegas. Artari, what island are you on again? Are you on Maui? Yes, the Libertarian did not put that fool in the water. John Chase, what's up? Old dirty ninja. I've got plenty of Scientology stuff on the hard drive. Oahu in Vegas. Uh-oh. That means I can drive there. I'd love to come out to Vegas sometime soon, so Artari does live inside a video game. It's mostly Space Invaders and Pong, but yeah, the field sobriety test on the cop was amazing. Rick, thank you so much for your support. Yeah, my wife is a total ball buster and way funnier than I am. Yeah, Nasty and I get along well. We're both type A, but we're not stepping on each other verbally. We work well together, which Yeah, my wife has come out a couple of times, but she's chronically ill, so she doesn't get out much. Which means I don't let her out. Yeah, the Clay Lacey was amazing. That was really amazing. We don't step on each other orally, mostly dick to dick, kind of little sword fight. No eye contact though. No homo. Well, Nathaniel thinks everybody's handsome, so coming from him, it doesn't mean that much. So, how do I come up and find the funny video clips you insert in your videos? I'd pull them off of YouTube and download them off of there. And what about self-defense against cops? You know what? Just take the beating. It looks you're not going to win in a court. You're going to get shot. Just if they want to punch you, go for it. That's why we're rolling cameras. Stem cells in Panama. Don't cross streams. Yeah, I like the video clips, and it's just something different. Listen, if you want to throw down... Listen, here's the deal. When the security guard punched me down at NDC, he was with like 5 other guys, and there was only about 4 auditors. And I'm not selfish enough to throw my friends under the bus that we're going to get into a fucking melee of fucking sharks versus jets. Plus, they had guns, so I'm not an asshole. You know, whatever. I mean, trust me, they're going to get theirs. Yeah, you match the description. Yeah, I think when we start turning the screws on and flipping the script, if you guys saw the video that I just posted on Sunday morning of the post office in Mission Hills with Nathaniel and Furry Potato, when that guy was like, "Do you have ID?" and I was the manager with the tie, the purple shirt, and I was like, "Yeah, can I see your ID?" And he hands up his badge, and I'm like, and Nathaniel jumps in. He's like, "No, your driver's license that has your address on it." And he goes, "Why would I show you that?" Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. But you want me to show it to you? Like, go fuck yourself. Western Canada. Jamie Tourette's. Just kidding. Yeah, Bloodhound News. I chatted with Bloodhound News on the phone today. Lady Bird, I do not look like a serial killer. Okay. No, I do. Ready? Okay. That's the last face you'll ever see alive. Yeah, WTF 198. He's in the amber on the troll, but at least he's being cordial and somewhat funny. So I have not heard from Clay Lacey Aviation. They said that they were going to be doing an internal investigation. I'm not holding my breath. All right, Gary, News UK. Have a good night, man. It's got to be late there. It's 8 hours difference. It's 10:19 Los Angeles time, which makes it really fucking late UK time. Central Guardian, how often do you plan on doing these? Doing what? Audits or live chats? (6:19 a.m. in the UK. Lindsay Croft. Damn. There's a few people from the UK. Well, there you go. It Chishu. Huckleberry Auditor is going to be out there. Jumanji, what's up, man? Oh, me and Catman already did it. We audited. We got shot at. Or shot near. Yeah, I don't burn weed, so there's not enough. Huckleberry, thank you for your support. Yeah, Bob Mabon, Officer P. Holiday, civil lawsuit, absolutely. We found actually somebody doxed him and sent me all his information. And I don't think I even made this public. His name was P. Holiday. His legal name is Perry Mason Holiday. I wish I were joking. Go check out his Facebook. I mean, yeah, Nathaniel and I and Catman were going around, and Tom Zebra was there, and there were 2 gunshots easily within 100 meters of us. You can see it on Catman's page, Onus News Service, ONUS. And it's one of the greatest videos, because he's off in the distance, because all the police know those guys down there, and so he's like whispering into the camera, narration, almost like David Attenborough of like, and here's the gazelle out on the Serengeti, and here comes the female lioness. It's one of the greatest narrations I think that I've ever heard. He's like, Johnny 5-0 and Nasty Nathaniel were walking around the police station, and there were gunshots, but the police are going to go investigate the auditors rather than the gunshots, which is actually what took place. Yeah, Catman's a beast, man. He does real journalism. I'm just a douche. Greetings from Denmark. Yeah, and if anybody wants to fly me to Europe to do audits, I'm available. My schedule, it's wide open. Don Larson, yeah, I did see a story on concealed carry. That was ridiculous. It was... Yeah, I don't suggest anybody go alone, too. I was talking to a guy up from the Pacific Northwest tonight. I'm like, don't go alone. Bad idea. A POV shot of you're getting body slammed looks like shit. It looks like ass. You might as well put your camera in a fucking dryer and on the tumble cycle. No. Showing yourself getting body slammed from 10 feet away, good angle. Yeah, John Chase, that was a little bit of an extreme line, but again, constitutionally protected. Patrick just posted a new video. Of course he did. He posted like 4 a day. That guy's on fire, man. The kid's 20. He's got more energy than 6 of us combined. The one who tubes, how long do you stay at any given location? Not really more than 20 minutes. You'll know whether or not shit's going to happen. And you want to maximize your time and be able to go and do other audits. Chris and Katz. Oh, we have plenty of interesting things to say because we have interesting subscribers and interesting conversations. Nathaniel and I thought it would be a really great idea to go audit a McDonald's. I mean, like, for reals. Did I happen to see the police training video for First Amendment auditors? Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. And one of the things that I thought was great was he talked about try not to do any career-ending moves. Like, yeah, exactly. How about, I've got a really great idea. How about you follow the fucking law and don't bother people that aren't breaking the law, for starters. My opinion on the secondary area of post offices, yeah, it's totally open. It's public, it's private property, but it's publicly accessible, which makes it fair game. And if you guys saw News Now Houston and then the follow-up with Felipe kind of contradicting everything that News Now Houston, it's a federal facility. Oh, I'm serious about McDonald's too, man. I want a McDouble. They canceled the McDoubles out here. They're all bacon McDoubles now, which I personally don't have a problem with. Chris and Katz, where do you live? What area code? Or, I mean, like, what time zone? We'll tell you if you can sleep or not. Because auditing is serious business, bro. San Antonio. No, I can't. I can only sing if it's like a spur of the moment thing. I'm not a singer. Nathaniel's the singer. I think. I don't know. I just made that up right now. Yeah, I thought that police training thing was a little bit stupid. I mean, it's... Listen, I see where I saw where he was going, where he meant well, but how about you follow the fucking law, man? That's like making a McDonald's video if you work at a McDonald's saying, don't spit on the hamburgers. It could be a career-ending move. No songs for Lady Bird. I don't know any. I just make stuff up and in my ADD head, and but Yeah, we have a Walmart in the area, and me and Mrs. 50 did a Walmart receipt challenge, and we didn't get, nobody fucked with us at all. I can't sing Rush. I mean, fucking Geddy Lee can't even sing Rush anymore. It's half 6 a.m. and working. There's a Brit. North Wales, UK. So, if me and Mrs. 50 make our way across the pond, will we have places to stay? Just throwing that out there for all British fans. God save the Queen. Serious question. Will Turner Driver go to the Supreme Court? I don't know. I didn't know that it was up for that. Which, congratulations if it is. If it loses the Supreme Court, the U.S. Supreme Court, I'm guessing, because it's at a circuit court, so it's above state level. Does that negate the ruling, or does the ruling, it defaults back to the ruling, Don? I don't know that much about the law. I don't care, mostly. Hey, good for him, man. I mean, jeez, that would be even more huge than it already is. Yeah, we have a Union Jack around our license plate frame, and we had a friend from Glasgow, and he was like, "Yeah, lose that fucking thing." Do you guys? The only way we'll stay with you if you're able to speak Welsh, and speak and what's I saw some fucking crazy video on YouTube of a town out there, and it's like 37 syllables or some. It's like one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. Please tell me that you live there. Artari, have a good night. I'm coming to Vegas. I'm kicking the door in. You can pronounce the name though. Good. Lady Bird, all of this is post 9/11, which, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think on whatever level we turned a blind eye and let that happen so that we could enact the Patriot Act and every other fucking thing that came along with it. There you go, Mr. Zach. There's the name. That is some crazy shit. Robert Adams, are you going to go on a shooting? Artari will only meet you at the Bellagio if you're going on a shooting spree. So those are, I'm negotiating any booty calls and or hookups, and so I'm not sure if she's attached, if you're attached, but she's only interested in madmen on shooting sprees. So just putting that out there. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Vegas after seeing some of the shit that's been on there, and it's 4 hours, 5 hours. Oh, I love the UK. I want to go audit Stonehenge. Interesting, Chris and Katz. I did not know it was phonetic. I concur. What audit of the other auditors is your favorite or least favorite? I think one of my favorite audits is the one News Now Houston, where he's at the U.S. Marshals downtown Houston, where he gets fucking pushed out into the street, and those fucking cock monkeys fucking come at him. I mean, and also that DHS, the black guy DHS, who's like walking around with his hands up, the bald guy, and he's like literally like within 12 inches of News Now Houston. Anytime that News Now Houston uses profanity, you know he's fucking serious, because he doesn't, and I love that. So does anybody know that if Turner versus Driver goes to the Supreme Court, if it gets struck down by the Supreme Court, if it's still a valid ruling for the Fifth Circuit? Don Larson, do you support the Second Amendment as much as the First? I got to be honest, haven't always been the biggest gun guy. I absolutely support people's right to carry a gun. I think people need to clean up how they store their guns. And I think the NRA's inability to even look at safety measures for guns is a travesty. So, wanting anti-lock brakes, seatbelts, and airbags does not make me anti-car. So, wanting safer guns. But yeah, I absolutely support people's. But I think the idea that an AR-15 is going to go against a Predator drone or an M1A1 Abrams tank, I don't know. But yeah, but look at the Bundy standoff. I mean, that was probably the biggest show of force of arms of U.S. versus the government that worked. Okay. Hold on, I'm catching up. And one of the things too is, like, I've seen like the UK police surround guys with knives and like just with their bulletproof shields and like not have to kill a motherfucker, man. Like, how come our cops like, I've seen like 15 cops surrounded by a mentally ill man with a knife, and they're all at least 10 meters away or 5 meters away from the guy, safe distance, and he lunges at them and they fucking put 140 rounds in. And don't even get me started on the fucking shooting of that drunk guy in the hotel room in Phoenix. Thank you, Ladybird. Okay, thanks. I didn't realize it would be completely nullified if the Supreme Court strikes it down. Who determines of whether or not the Supreme Court will hear a case like that? Please hold. Sorry, I saw the spinning wheel of death and thought that the app had crashed. What if you audit and have mental illness? Yeah, I mean, go for it. I don't... Everybody's welcome. Desert Sentinel. Desert Sentinel's a very, very funny guy. Yeah, that always kills me when people get sent on a mental health check or a welfare check on a mentally ill person and the cops, or somebody's suicidal and the cops show up and fucking kill the guy. And that's one of the things I was talking to James Freeman about why people don't audit the fire department. Because the fire department doesn't come in and let the fucking fire burn everybody's... They actually have the fucking balls to run into the fucking fire rather than run away from it. And the firemen don't kill your whole fucking family and your pets on purpose. One Who Tubes, thanks for your support. Thanks for chiming in. Yeah, I mean, you guys in the UK have figured out like how not to kill everybody. Your police, like it's not that difficult. If you're that fucking scared, like go work at Arby's. Like seriously. Old Dirty Ninja, are you nonpartisan, independent, or liberal or conservative? What's your political viewpoint? Here's what's really interesting. The political center right, center left, and then the center. Activism does not take place in the center. Activism takes place outside. And I was talking to James Freeman about this. So I'm on the left, and I've got best friends that are this far on the right as well that I talk to on a daily basis. And we're the best of friends, and we would touch dicks if we were into that kind of thing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So we're like-minded, and we're both against the government, we're against police exceeding their mandate. Thanks, Jeff Rocker. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm far on the left, but I'm, like I said, I think more of the auditors are on the right, and that's perfect too. I mean, we all get along and we all have common ground, and nothing but love. Nothing but love. Hands across the aisle. Something our own politicians can't do. Sarah T. or Sarah Tay. I don't know how that's pronounced. Yeah, I'm a photographer, first and foremost. All right. Alright, we're back. I need to get something to hold my fucking phone. Sarah T, what part of the country are you in, or what time zone? Pretty far right, willing to learn. Everybody, Desert Sentinel is one of the funniest guys that I know. Not really, he paid me $1 to say that. Yeah, James Freeman is in total beast mode, man. I love that guy. We talk a couple of times a day, and we were talking, Jesus Christ. And we were talking about people being on the left and the right and how we've all got a common goal, and none of that matters. Monkey, I don't know where he is. I think he's sleeping. Oh. Speak of the devil. I'm way back in the chat trying to pick up. I can't put my phone in a coffee mug, then it'll be VVS, vertical video syndrome. Yeah, I'm thinking I might need to get a webcam. I've got a tripod right behind me, it just doesn't fit on a fucking phone, Michael. Yeah, I think we have a certain obligation to take care of the less fortunate ones. I mean, let's face it, the rest of the civilized world has managed to do it. Jay, popcorn. No, I do I've got a Costco bag of kettle corn. All of that other stuff is too much work. I don't. Oh, I make my wife laugh all the time, and she's funnier than I am, so. Monkai 83, I have a phone attachment for a tripod. Well, good for you, bro. Haha, I'm really fucking proud of you, bro. You gotta one-up me in the fucking chat, right? I will kill you. If you haven't subscribed to Monkai 83's channel or Desert Sentinel's channel, please do so. Desert Sentinel is in here. He's completely naked and greased down with a gallon of Wesson oil and a sheet of plastic underneath him, but don't let that visual taint your image of him. He's still a good guy. What turned me into an auditor was the disproportionate amount of unarmed people, especially people of color, getting shot and killed by the police with zero accountability, and police getting a paid fucking vacation. Thank you, good citizen. I appreciate that. I've only been auditing for 5.5 months. August 15th was my first video. The best live stream app, I don't know. I'm using YouTube. I've tried a bunch, and there's actually an ACL Astroglide. I'm sorry, I didn't get you. You had to throw in a product placement. You want to throw in an Amazon link with your fucking referral, with your referral ID code on it too. But. Yeah, I've got 16,000 subscribers so far, and I owe it all of the auditors that came before me that paved the road ahead of me. That allowed me to get 16,000. I don't think Trump should tell the NFL players not to kneel. I think they have their own decision. They can do whatever they want, man, and all of that. All of that protest is kind of what we're doing here. Constable in Texas sentenced for 6 months and still receive full pay. Of course. Huckleberry Auditor, what are you looking for? You said you're still searching. Good citizen, if you want to share this, it's pretty. It's just mental masturbation. I mean, there's no real good content going here. I mean, it's just me, dude, and my dogs. Yeah, man, guys got to make $1. Desert Sentinel. The Stingray countermeasures, I'm not even sure if these work, but you want to use encrypted apps for both text and phone calls. WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook, so you can, I don't know, I use a lot of different ones. I don't know if I would trust something used by Facebook. There's an app called Signal. That's the one that Edward Snowden suggests. And that way, if they're going to get the content, the text and or the phone call, but it's going to be encrypted. So at least make it difficult for them if they need a fucking Chinese supercomputer to decrypt what's going on and being said. Yeah, I was amazed with how quickly I got about 100 subscribers a day for the first 120 days. I had 12,000 subscribers at 4 months. So I was very pleased with everybody's response and everybody's support, man. It was great. It was really... Yeah, Patreon is something where people pledge per month. And it's people in the arts do it, and for ongoing projects, and I've seen some other auditors use it, which makes sense. Monkai, did you just say head reflection in my chat? I'm scrolling through the chat as best that I can, so I'm not getting everybody. Sarah T, my walk needs shoveling. Oh, burn. Sarah T, are you in Boston? What was the most nerve-wracking audit? What got you the most nervous and why? I thought I was going to jail at the Burbank airport. That was where I got my cherry popped. That guy was up in my grill. We were making physical contact. I was pushing into him. He was blocking me on the sidewalk. I'd only been auditing for 5 weeks. And I still handed that guy his ass verbally, and he couldn't keep up. 4 of them couldn't keep up. And it's all about power and control, and you're gonna lose. Gangsta 519, my sitcom, hopefully it's on its way. Michael Rosendahl, thank you for your support, man. I appreciate it. Serious question, do you have to claim your donations on income tax? I refer that to my accountant. I think it's not income earned. I don't know. I don't have initials after my name like CPA, so I let the ones with initials after their name handle that shit. It's beyond my pay grade. Yeah, I was on Twitch for chat. I got bumped for a terms of service violation for harassing over Clay Lacey. I don't know. Sarah T, Minneapolis. Damn, that's some real snow. Not unlike Munkai 83, who's on the coast, so it's a little bit warmer. Desert Sun, I'll put your channel link in every truck stop bathroom I frequent. Well, now you get to put my second channel up there, bitch. I mean, who wouldn't masturbate to my videos? Hello? I mean, look at this. Thank you, Glenn Akers. Yeah, it's auditing and comedy. It's both. If you just want comedy, go to the Laugh Factory. No, you're going to get auditing and serious business. Yeah, that's why we run live streams and run shit to the cloud, is because cops can't be trusted. Top hats, buy homes, cash now. Sarah T does get all the fun, Michigan. Lindsay Croft, yes, that was a Burbank Airport video. It was published around the 25th of September 2017. Yeah, Richie, that was the Marine base where they accused me of. And then they had 5 cops out there telling me that I was overreacting. Please. And that was the same supervisor that was out there for Nathaniel, High Desert, and California Guardian, who didn't learn then. And about a year and a half later, she still doesn't know how to handle an audit and follow the fucking law. You know, just basics. And she's making like $250 a year. One of the great things out here, we have transparentcalifornia.com, and you can put in any cop's name and find out how much money they make to the dime. Munkai, you'll be my Kramer. I'm pretty sure High Desert did sue the jailers, the body slammed them. That was the probation officer I was out in San Bernardino. I'm pretty sure that's still an ongoing case. What's the dumbest thing I've ever heard a cop say? Oh, most of them, they all tie for last. Yeah, I like that my delete button is broken as far as some of the better auditor lines. Um, Pardon you, that's more of like a Chevy Chase line. The name and badge number I can take credit for personally. So yeah, suck it easy. Yeah, call me daddy. That's a good one. I like that one. Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day. Monkai 83. Fucking beast mode, man. He burst onto the scene with a profanity laced tirade. Suspicion is a misdemeanor. I've never heard that one. Name and bag number? Yeah, did you split an 8-ball with yourself today at Union Station? That guy, all twitchy McGee. If you've been drinking, have a seat on the curb. The fucking funniest, I'm telling you, man, the News Now Patrick, when he was at 3 o'clock in the morning in was it Coppell, Texas, and the cop's like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and without missing a beat, he was like, what? Some people keep different schedules or whatever. The greatest. You're dismissed is really good because that pisses them off, and that's an order that they hear on a regular basis. I'm pretty sure that's from High Desert. Yeah, you guys got to go see Eric Brandt. Monkai 83. Just that guy is crazy. He's not an auditor. He's a First Amendment guy, and he's been arrested 78 times in Denver for carrying flags around that say "fuck bad cops." Is your mom on parole? I like that one. That was a good one. Well, but it just also showed, Sarah, it also showed the ridiculousness of that question and how offensive that question is. And they're like, oh no, we ask everybody. And I think High Desert and California Guardian were up in Simi Valley where they were like, are you guys on probation or parole? And they're like, what? They're like, oh, we ask everybody that question. Like, no, you don't. You don't ask you don't ask a grandmother that question. You don't ask your own mother that question. You don't ask a fucking pregnant woman in Beverly Hills walking around with a fucking minivan and a nanny if that question. Fuck you. You don't ask that question to everybody. How dare you? Yeah, Lindsay, Eric Brand is a huge homeless advocate as well as just a all around ball buster. Yeah, the Call Me Master was cool. When he used it to the African American cop, I was like, there might be very little upside to this. Um, but Everybody gets to do what they want, and that's beautiful. What is it about news now that draws out the worst in cops? I would say his baby face and his baby voice, seriously, because I think they can take advantage of him more. I think one of the things that News Now Houston has going for him too is his have I done something wrong? When you say that, it's a genius line. And it's genius because it implies you're not really sure if you've done anything right or wrong here. You don't really know the law. I'm going to defer to you, officer. Have I done something wrong? And he gets fucked with so much because he's so cordial and comes across as like the kind of almost like a hick, like I don't know nothing. Have I done something wrong? I was talking to him on the phone about that. It's a genius line. Genius line. Yeah, the Ned Flanders of auditing, Sarah. He's brilliantly smart. Patrick doesn't stumble his words more than I do. I stumble my word. See, the problem with me is that my brain is going 120 miles an hour and my mouth is going 60. That's why I work well with Nathaniel, because while he's chiming in, I can think of what I'm going to say next, because I'm a fucking douchebag and I need that. Yeah, Finbar Martin, for those of you guys that see him chime in, that guy's a fucking genius. He's a really good dude. Use your words, Johnny. That's actually my wife's line, Mrs. 50. Yeah, ghetto bird. Finbar Martin drives a Bugatti. I'm within the flight path of Burbank Airport. That's all I can say. Flotog, how did you get into auditing? I saw enough kids getting shot and killed, unarmed kids, especially a disproportionate amount of black and brown kids killed by police, and they got a fucking paid vacation, and couldn't take it anymore. And you know, I shared all the stories on Facebook and blah blah blah, and no, get out and fucking do something. Go out and make some change. Go out and be the change that you want to fucking see. Get off your ass. What happened with Lindsay Croft that she got timed out? I'm a Nikon guy. Oh, I watched Tom Zebra. We hung out and I've audited with Tom Zebra before. He's a fucking beast. Wearing a full fucking face mask. Do I ever fear that the new younger auditors who have less experience might make a mistake? Of course, and that's part of the growth process. I make mistakes all the time, and I still do. I'm less than 6 months into this. Indiana, what's up? Monkai, I. Do I have to revoke your fucking wrench, brah? I love the News Now Houston line of what kind of camera is that? And he says, it's called the Career Killer. Throwing a spanner around. Like the Queen is dead, the Smiths. Yeah, I have no problem going back to MDC. That if you look on Google Earth, there's an entire complex, that whole block. There's a hospital, there's a federal building. It's nuts, and I'll definitely go back there. And see, there's no rhyme or reason. You can go to a property once a month for a year and have no contact whatsoever. And then you go there and there's no rhyme or reason. Somebody's going through menopause or something, and they take it out on you and you get it on film. All right, try to keep up, guys. I've mentioned like 12 times what I got into auditing. I concur, Indiana. I got into auditing so Sarah T and Monkai I could shovel each other's driveways. All right. Good citizen, you can ask me a question. Are you ever concerned about retaliation? Oh, absolutely. My professional photography website was hacked the night that I went on Fox News and gave my name, which is obviously associated with my photography website, and it got hacked and it was down for like 2 weeks because I'm lazy, and it got nuked. So yeah, retaliation, absolutely. Especially with Scientology, man. Those guys are fucking, they're a whole nother breed of retaliation, and they got money. Money, money, money. I saw a fucking video on YouTube where a guy, his best friend of 3 years was a Scientologist who was planted there to fucking spy on him. Yeah, I've had my Facebook page got deleted too, so that's never coming back. My Johnny 50, not my personal one. Don Larson Jr., you should feel bad. I should time you out, but I won't. I don't know exactly who Nutsack is. It's one of two people, and either way, they're banned. I don't care. Yeah, I got punched twice in the face by Officer Perry Mason Holiday, who had all the fun that he could take on 25 November, approximately 22-30 hours. But who's counting? Lindsay Croft, Monkai fucked up, so no updates on Officer Ramos and his carbonated water intake and his kicking cocaine, not cocaine, Coca-Cola. I didn't really realize that my videos are fappable, but hey, knock yourself out. Well, there's Monkai has thinks that Nutsack might be somebody else. Either way, it doesn't matter. Why is there beef with SJVT? You tell me. He's the one with the beef. I'll leave it at that. Go watch all of his troll comments to me on everyone else's page. He's blocked from my fucking pages. Plural. You go ask him. I could tell you, but not in a public chat. I photograph people. J. Frank Parnell. Sorry, I'm in the back. Old Dirty Ninja, do you think cops might actually learn to respect the rights of citizens if enough people like yourself keep exercising your rights? Absolutely. My goal is in another 10 years from now that we will be auditing an Arby's. So, good citizen, why not speak on it? This isn't the forum. But if he wants to come in here after the history that he and I have over the telephone and our discrepancies in person and his perceptions of how I treated or mistreated him or whatever, like, if he wants to come into my fucking chat after we have the history that we have, sorry, you're getting thrown under the bus, dude. You gotta be a special kind of special to have the fucking cojones to come in here and think, oh, nothing. No, you're getting thrown under the bus, bro. I ain't that spiritual. Yeah, security guards need to be licensed. There's something called BSIS, the Bureau of SIS. It's based out of Sacramento, which is our capital here in California. I use my Nikon sometime for auditing, but it has no image stabilization, so I don't really like that. All right, hold on. Listen, everybody gets to say whatever they want about me. I don't really care. Like seriously, your opinion of me, if you're not even a speed like anybody. Here's the deal. What anybody thinks of me is none of my business. What I think of me is my business. Nobody else matters. Especially those that really don't matter. Oh, I'm definitely jobless living in my mother's basement, but that's a whole nother. Thank you, Glenn Akers, for chiming in with him, but good citizen, here's the deal. There's three sides to every story. My side, his side, and the truth. What part of the country are you in, good citizen? Johnny, why don't you make a change on the inside and become a cop? No thanks. Because it's a shit job, that's why. And then they fucking complain that they have a shit job. That's like saying, I got a job at the horse stables, but I really don't like going home smelling like horse shit. Just think and meditate on that one all you need. Don Larson Jr., are you spiritual? Yeah. I think it's a great question to ask people why they got involved. Everybody's got their own, it's usually something fairly personal. Am I a racist? Nope. I think everybody's racist on some level if you really need to. I mean, but that's a bigger existential argument. Don Larson, you are on a roll. Sharon San. What's up? Is that like Daniel San from Karate Kid? Seattle Scofflaws, I got something for you. Rip Rida, yeah, the Pasadena video with the black cop, that was Officer Milton White, Corporal Milton White. He actually invited me to come and talk to all of the cops that I had the interaction with at the Marine Corps recruiting station. So that's in the works. Yeah, I've got a black dog. Yeah, Patrick's been going nonstop, and I mean, if that were me at that pace, all I would be able to say is cocaine is a hell of a drug. What auditors do I like to audit with the most? Everybody's got their own different personality and style, and I get along well with Nasty Nathaniel. We do well together. Oh, the protesting at MDC totally wore me out. I mean, I didn't. That was brutal. Even though it was really only like 2 hours a night, it was like it was intense. It was mentally fucking intense. Munkai is also a Marine. Hoorah! Good citizen, where do you say that you're from? Whereabouts in Cali? Furry Potato is a trans woman who was an Army Ranger, and she was out at the base saying, you know why they made Rangers? So that Marines had somebody to look at, a hero or somebody to look up to. Yeah, Furry Potato has made, we've got a couple of videos with her. Oh, I can't wait till they make the air with her confronting a Scientology guard. And Furry Potato's neck is like this big and just ripped and going, just threatening this. Oh, it was just amazing. You're gonna have to see it. Yeah, Furry Potato is a trans woman. She's great. Desert Sentinel. Yeah, my wife's got a bunch of genetic things going wrong with her, so she's not good. Oh, they don't want to. They're not hearing anything. They're not hearing any humor when they're out there. They're in fucking. They're all adrenalined out, and they're like laser focused and. Yeah, Furry Potato's going to be doing some ballsy audits. She's been doing. She's great. Oh, all of the cops are juicing. They're all on steroids. At least in LA here. Yeah, Newsnet California's on the ball too. He's a good auditor. He actually was out with me on my third visit to Burbank Airport, and I was talking to him, and I introduced him as he who shall not be named, because he didn't have a name yet. News Now Houston is already at like 52,000. All right. It's 11:30 here, so I think, but I do think I need to get on an airplane and go to DFW and fly to Dallas. So tell me what you guys think. I want to go out there and meet my new best friend, James Freeman. So, that guy's pure balls. All right, well, thanks everybody for chiming in and for your support. I appreciate it. Thanks for babysitting Monkai 83. He needs it. He still needs babysitting. I don't need to GoFundMe. I've got PayPal. Sarah T. Sarah Tay. I don't know how that's pronounced. Tay. Ta. All right, everybody have a good night. Thanks for watching.